division currently serve millions of customers every month in almost 20 cities in Indonesia. I don't know how many cities in Indonesia, but I think that 20 cities is not so many if you say it Indonesia, right? Maybe if in Europe, this is from several countries, 20 cities. But in Indonesia, maybe like just in one province. Bluebird own around 39,000 vehicles and employ almost 50,000 drivers and staff in Indonesia. Found Bluebird Peduli, Bluebird Care, a philanthropy division of Bluebird Group, which recently launched the Women Empowerment Projects to empower more than 40,000 wives of Bluebird Group employees and drivers. So there is 10,000 driver of Bluebird, maybe from women or a single man, right? Because there is just 40,000 wives in there. Bluebird Peduli focus on education, women empowerment, sustainability and cultures. Since 2006 alone, Bluebird Peduli have given scholarship to more than 15,000 children of Bluebird drivers, and many of them have finished university degrees. This is a very, very great goods. Maybe there is one of them student of Telecom University. Noni is passionate about entrepreneurship. Recently, she launched her personal express service company, NEX, which has been growing very rapidly for the last 1.5 years. Noni also mentors new talent and potential startup through for Indonesia. Noni is founding member of Angel Investment Women Fund that aims to empower women to become strong entrepreneurs by providing investment, mentorship, and network opportunities. I have one big question. Since the digital era become, I remember there is one statement very powerful from sociologist of United States, Manuel Castell, said, you have two choice in this life, one changing by design or changing by accident. So I don't know, what do you choose? So maybe we can discuss forward. Please come forward, Mrs. Noni Purnomo.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. So this is still early in the morning, so I hope the energy is still high, because that is one of the important characteristic of being a leader in this era, because everything changed so fast. Even when we make our long-term strategy, which used to be 10, now long-term strategy here. Medium term is 2 years. Short term is 3 days. So everything changed really, really fast. So please allow me to introduce a little bit more about the history of Bluebird itself. So as mentioned earlier, Bluebird was started by my late grandmother. We started with 2 cars because my late grandmother was a law lecturer. So our family history was educators. So we did not have a family history of business before we started this business. The name Bluebird itself was taken from a European fairy tale or folk story. It's about bird of happiness. That's why it was mentioned earlier also, the basic philosophy or the value of the company was actually based from this story. Integrity, hard work, perseverance, and care for others. It's purely based on Bluebird's story. And then I would like to play this video.
Perjalanan panjang taksi Bluebird berawal pada tahun 1965. Sebuah rumah di Jalan Cokroaminoto nomor 107 Jakarta menjadi cikal bakal beroperasinya taksi Bluebird. Pada tahun 1972, taksi Bluebird secara resmi beroperasi dengan menggunakan armada mobil Holden Torana. Pada dekade 70-an ini, untuk kelancaran operasional dan pelayanan, Bluebird mulai menggunakan teknologi argometer untuk tarif taksi, serta teknologi radio untuk kemudahan penyebaran order taksi dan monitoring kondisi lalu lintas. Semua ini didukung sistem operator terpusat di kantor pusat Bluebird di Mampang Perapatan. Sementara itu, pool pertama dibangun di daerah Kemayoran yang dilengkapi unit bengkel untuk perawatan dan perbaikan armada. Memasuki dasawarsa 80-an, Bluebird mulai meningkatkan layanan dan kenyamanan bagi tamunya dengan menggunakan armada Holden Torana baru yang ber-AC. Dan di akhir dasawarsa 80-an ini, tepatnya pada tahun 1990, Bluebird mulai membangun call center dengan computerized system. Teknologi ini mulai diaplikasikan pada tahun 1994. Seiring perjalanan waktu, layanan taksi Bluebird semakin bertambah, ditandai dengan hadirnya taksi kelas eksekutif yang pada awal kemunculannya menggunakan armada XKTT non-blok pada tahun 1992. Di era tahun 90-an ini, Bluebird juga mulai menggunakan aplikasi sistem AnyBid untuk kemudahan penyebaran order ke setiap taksi. Pada tahun 2002, penyebaran order ke setiap taksi semakin dipermudah dengan penggunaan aplikasi Radio Mobile Data Terminal. Di tahun 2007, Silverbird mencatatkan diri sebagai taksi kelas eksekutif pertama yang menggunakan armada Mercedes-Benz. Taksi ini mulai menggunakan mesin EDC untuk kemudahan transaksi pembayaran tamu pada tahun 2008. Mengikuti perkembangan zaman dan teknologi, dan untuk memenuhi kebutuhan serta meningkatkan layanan kepada konsumen, Bluebird mulai mengembangkan aplikasi pemesanan taksi melalui smartphone BlackBerry yang diresmikan pada tahun 2011. 2 tahun kemudian, di tahun 2013, Bluebird menghadirkan layanan premium bus dengan fasilitas business class. Sementara itu, layanan lifeguard taksi dengan power slide seat yang memudahkan tamu untuk duduk dalam taksi mulai hadir pada tahun 2014. Untuk armada taksi reguler, Bluebird menambah layanannya dengan menghadirkan jenis kendaraan MPV 7 seat pada tahun 2015. 2016, Bluebird meluncurkan versi terbaru aplikasi My Bluebird yang dilengkapi fitur Taxi Nearby, Driver Rating, Advance Booking, Share My Journey, Multiple Payment, Easy Ride, dan berbagai promo menarik. 2016, Bluebird mendengarkan, melayani, menemani, berinovasi sepenuh hati.
Itu adalah video inovasi Bluebird, di mana di situ ditunjukkan pada awalnya Bluebird berdiri, kita adalah disruptor dari teknologi transportasi yang ada di Indonesia pada saat itu. Karena license taksi baru keluar itu tahun 1971. Sehingga sebelumnya belum ada suatu layanan transportasi semi publik yang terpadu. Jadi waktu tahun 65 dengan 2 mobil itu kami sudah berusaha untuk memperkenalkan layanan 24 jam melalui telepon. Meskipun yang angkat teleponnya adalah ibu saya sendiri atau nenek saya sendiri, dan yang menjadi pengemudinya adalah ayah saya dan paman saya. Tetapi kita sudah memperkenalkan Indonesian hospitality. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I'm supposed to speak in English. Orang Indonesia tetap kali ya. Okay, so we try to introduce the Indonesian hospitality by introducing 24 hours transportation service. So now we grew beyond just a taxi company. I just want to introduce the divisions that we have. As mentioned earlier, we have logistics. So this is under the Bluebird Group. So I want to do a disclaimer that I'm not the president director of the taxi company, as a lot of people think, but the Bluebird Tbk, which is a public company, is one of our subsidiaries. Next, please. So within the passenger transport, we have several services: the regular taxi, executive taxi, limousine car rental, and the charter bus. This is the area that we cover. As mentioned, it's almost 20, but it's spread in several provinces. The only island that we don't have, or big island that we don't have operation yet, is in Irian Jaya. So hopefully, with the advancement of logistics and advancement of infrastructure, we would be able to open there soon. So currently we have about it's almost 37,000 now. This has to be adjusted. And we have more than 45,000 drivers and about 6,000 employees. We have multi-channel access. So if the question is about digital and non-digital, we would like to still give multi-channel access to our customers. We have 75 depots, 24-hour call center, My Bluebird app, and the taxi hailing service. Okay, so I don't know if any of you remember what happened in March last year. Yeah, so Bluebird was known for more than 44 years last year. This year we're 45 years old, as a reliable transportation company. And suddenly we got hit by the bad image that we are an ancient company who does not want to embrace the new digital technology. So what happened on that day? We were known from a reliable taxi company to an Angry Bird day. Yeah, so I can talk a lot about what happened on that day, but that is also the cost of being popular. And nowadays we really have to be careful in handling the social media, because we were not good in engaging in social media before this event. So what happened was that a lot of people put in their video telling that Bluebird drivers did anarchy on the street and things like that. In social media, on your handphone, the video is very, very, very small. So what we did was that we went through every single video, and we found out that, yes, some drivers were doing anarchy outside on the street and things, but none of them was Bluebird driver. Yes, they were wearing blue, but it's not our Bluebird uniform, which is very unique because we're using the batik motif, right? So that's what happened on that day. But the lesson learned, please, was that we were disengaged to the new way of communication more than anything else. So it is not just about the technology disruption, because I mentioned earlier that Bluebird from Indonesia was the first taxi company in the world that introduced taxi mobile application on BlackBerry on that time, because BlackBerry was very popular. But it's the first taxi company in the world. So it is not about the technology disruption. For us, it's more about price disruption, more than anything else. So then, from that time, we have a huge learning curve. One is to be able to become agile and to engage more to our customers, to engage more to our employees as well. Because as I mentioned earlier, time runs really fast. In the old days, we have this KPI of any complaint that comes in to our call center has to be solved within 24 hours. And maximum 2 times 24 hours. Nowadays, our KPI for complaints that comes from the social media or from the digital media is 2 hours. So from 24 hours to 2 hours. So to do a lot of adjustment, even ourselves. Next, please. So we try to, first thing, change the way we communicate. In the old days, every time we want to have a new policy, we have to discuss it with the whole drivers through the driver representative. So it took us at least 1 month to make decisions. It's just like the government of Indonesia, but I think we're a bit faster. But still, the bureaucracy was there. But we want to get engagement from our drivers, because the last thing we want is to make decisions which was not accepted by our own drivers. So that's why it took a lot of time. But now, with new technology, with the new social media, we can do that much faster, because within our taxi drivers, we have social media as well. Now we have several things. We have bird nyanyi, we have so many things that is inclusive for our drivers. Okay, I think this is better. It's more stable. This is about technology as well. How do we adapt to the technology? I think I have to put the mic as close as possible to my mouth, and I should refrain myself from my head from moving around. So we use a different type of social media to communicate, and this is not just the one-way communication. This helps us in making a decision faster. I think that's the lesson learned. It took us too long. Being agile as a leader nowadays is extremely important. I'm going to keep repeating the same word over and over and over again, I think, throughout this session. Next, please. So let me show you the video that we showed on that day, last year.
Berubah itu tidak mudah. Mungkin buat yang belia, yang baru dan lincah, berubah itu mudah. Tapi buat kami yang berkeluarga besar, keluarga dengan 45.000 kerabat, berubah itu tidak mudah. Ada yang pernah berkata bahwa untuk mencapai tujuannya, sebuah perahu kecil akan berkelok-kelok lincah dengan mudahnya. Namun, ketika kemudi sebuah kapal raksasa diputar, belokannya baru akan terasa jauh di depan sana. Kami sadar betul, ada masanya kami seperti tuli dan buta akan zaman yang terus berubah. Bahwa kami lamban dan pelan melihat keluar jendela dunia yang bergerak begitu cepat. Tapi sebenarnya, kami sedang belajar mendengar dan belajar untuk berubah. Kami masih kawan sama yang selama ini kamu andalkan. Ketika kamu butuh rasa aman dan lekas tiba di tujuan. Tapi kami sadar sekarang bahwa seorang kawan bukan hanya berpegang pada kenangan-kenangan yang pernah ada, namun seorang kawan juga harus berjalan bersama, melaju di tengah hiruk-pikuk dunia. Beri kami kesempatan. Kami ingin bersama-sama ikut pertandingan. Kami sedang berbenah karena kami mau berubah.
So as a leader, that's the first message. So when it was really chaotic, yeah, everybody was down. Our driver's energy was down because every time we come out, we feel like everybody hated us. And that is a really, really bad energy. So the first message, because the topic now is about leadership, the first message from the leader is we need to change. We need to adapt. And to be able to do that, the first thing we need to do is to recognize our weaknesses. And that's what we need to learn. So after recognizing the weaknesses, the second most important thing to do is, I don't know the word in English, but the word in Indonesian is jangan ikut-ikutan. Okay? So it is no point to just be a follow-up, because we have our own soul. We have our own identity. We have our own strength and weaknesses. So it is very important to focus on that. Next, please. So how do we now compete? First, we have to focus on our core strength. We have to focus on how can we improve our core strength so that at the end of the day, our customer will feel happy. Our drivers would feel happy. So recognizing our core strength is very important. As a person also, I think it is very important for us to be able to recognize. Saya jadi dipanggil anak saya kayaknya ya. It's very important for us to recognize our strength and weaknesses. We recognize that Bluebird's strengths are among these wordings. Number one, our strongest assets is actually our people excellence. That is our strongest assets. The way we recruit the drivers, the way we train the drivers, and the way we apply the carrot and sticks, the benefit and the punishment, it has to be balanced. the way we motivate them to have a longer vision of life. Because the reality is, a lot of our drivers, when they join the first time, their vision is one day. What happened that day is their vision. What they earned, they just spent. So most of them do not have a long-term vision. So we try to help them to create a longer-term vision so that it's aligned with the company vision. And then, sorry, can we come back? Yes. We have extensive assets. It is a strength and also a weakness. The main difference between online and our business is our business is asset heavy. As you mentioned, we own and operate our own vehicles. We own and operate our own maintenance department. We own the land that we park the cars. So it's very asset heavy. But the benefit of that is we have full control of the long-term quality. Yeah, so there's always a positive side and a negative side. We have strong brands. We have deep market penetration. We have the trust from the capital. We have operational excellence and unmet safety. I think the safety part is very, very important because safety comes from two sides. From the product sides, that means reliable, always in prime condition vehicles. But the second part, which is as important, is the driver's reliability. So the way we recruit, the way we train is extremely important as well. Next. But strengthening our core strength also means adapting to the new pace of change. This is one of the example. Our customers now have different definition of safety because I keep mentioning about safety. So we put a lot of effort and resources and energy in making sure about the safety of our customers and safety of our drivers and safety of our data. So you can imagine, we're in Telkom University. We have been collecting data since 2003. So you can imagine how much data that we have. We have been installing GPS system in our taxis since 2008. So with this raw data, we can do a lot of things. If you talk about, the pattern, I can pull up a data if I want to from one customer, and I can have the history of that customer since 2003. I know exactly the journey, where to go and things like that. But we didn't want to explore the data on that time, before last year. Because we thought that it's very important for our customers that the data are being kept, even from internal company, even from our own IT department. But then things change about the IoT and everything, about the data analytic. So now we're changing, we're adapting. Now we're using the data without revealing the private informations. We're using the data to analyze and to help out with our operations. We still have not sold our data to outside, to third party yet. We still haven't done that. A lot of organizations try to approach us to buy the data from us. And then we then need to play catch up when it comes to defining and securing safety perception. But in the future, we're going to set our own standard of what is safety for Bluebird. Yeah, at this moment, if you download the My Bluebird app, you can also share your location. We could do that in 2013, but we didn't do it because we thought the customer didn't want us to do that. But now everybody sees that as a safety measure. So then we release the data as well. So we're adapting. And the second one is delivering fresh innovations. So we have been around for 45 years. A lot of our employees have been working with us for more than 8 years, including our drivers. So you can imagine how easy, in sarcastic way, to change. Because we're so used, we're human beings. We're so used to doing something that we're good at year after year. So why should we change? So it is very important to have this new way of thinking. And first, we built a separate structure just to do new things. So we have now a BTO, Business Transformation Office. The main job is like an incubator for new ideas. So we do all the piloting under this BTO. Once we're done with piloting, then either we release it. So what I said to BTO is, I said, 3 months, you let me know whether you want to kill a project